Daddy have boo-boos on his belly?
Yeah.
Hey everybody, it's Andrew, VSGSpike. I finally got everything together to put an update on here for you. I was hoping to put up something sooner, but you know what? I have pretty good reasons. Let's see. Stat-wise, I had my surgery on Tuesday. Everything was smooth. Everything went really, really well. I did stay 2 nights. Didn't want to, but they recommended it, and it was probably for the best because I was still having a little bit of pain, still getting used to getting some liquids down that first day or two. That took a little bit to get used to, and just trying to get activity up and whatnot. So it worked out pretty well. I just didn't want to be there 2 nights if I didn't have to be, but so was there, like I said, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, came home early Thursday afternoon, as evident by my Facebook post, or Ryan, my wife, tagging me in the picture of me shaving in the car. That was much needed because I was a shaggy SOB on the way home, and I hadn't shaved since the day before the surgery. But since I was home, I was great. Each day is just getting better and better and better. I am getting more and more used to sipping, getting my fluids down, taking my time with the fluids, and then taking my time with my anything else that I'm having, which has typically been, if it's not water, it's a protein shake, or I'll have maybe a cup or two of, really just a cup of, like a Powerade Zero, just so I can get a little bit of added sodium. I tried that god-awful soup that I've talked about in the past. I tried that again a couple days ago, and I couldn't. I couldn't finish it. It was just so nasty. I probably am just gonna. It's gonna sit for a while. I might try it again in a week or two, and we'll see what happens. But in all likelihood, it's just gonna sit until I probably pitch it, because it was just awful. The shakes are fine though. I'm still on the same flavors that I have, just because I still have enough for at least another couple of weeks, if not longer. So I'm just going to continue those until those are gone. So I did try my iced latte at one point with milk, because they did say I can have milk now, skim. So I tried it instead of water, and it was good, but it was way too thick. I got it down, but it took so long, because it was just so, it was thick milkshake consistency, which if it was the right flavor and really cold, probably would have been fine, but not so much for when I was having it in the morning. So everything else, I've been having it with water. Like I said, I'll just have a cup of milk as well at some point throughout the day, just to get a few added calories, make sure my protein's in there. So I'm still using MyFitnessPal for everything, because I like the fact that regardless of what it is, I can pull and track my nutrients for at least what I'm eating. When I'm not, I bet I probably could track with the supplements that I'm taking. So maybe I'll check that out. But other than that, I know what I need to take as far as calorie wise. I know what I need to have as far as protein wise for the day, and I'm getting that. So right now, with the 2 weeks of liquid, they want me at around 500 to 800 calories a day, and I'm probably getting around 600 to 700 on most days. So it is interesting to realize that that's all I'm on. But even today, I was realizing I need to eat something. All I had, as of noon, was freaking yogurt. I didn't have anything else, so I grabbed myself some water, and not some water, I grabbed myself some milk, got that down, so I had something at least, quicker, I should say, and then I sat a little bit later and had a protein shake. So I'm trying to get 2 shakes in a day at least, because that gives me a good amount of protein, as well as, like I said, adding the milk in and everything else has been helping. I had an epiphany last night when I realized that I can have, because they want, some kind of soup is good, and I couldn't think of, there was no soup that tasted, that sounded good, because everything had to be pretty much broth. There's really nothing else to it, and I didn't want anything else. But then everybody was ordering Chinese, and I realized I love egg drop soup. So I had egg drop soup. I didn't finish all of the egg, because, if you've had it before, it's really silky. It's really, the very small pieces. And I even, when egg drop soup, I chewed the pieces. And that was so good. It just hit the spot. And I had that for dinner, and that's all I had. I had, maybe, not even 2 cups, maybe a cup and a half maybe, and that was it. I was set. It was perfect. So I still got added protein in there. I got a little bit of sodium, because I really didn't have any other sodium from anything else that day, so it was good to have that. If that's the one bit of sodium that I'm getting, I still wasn't it wasn't, shooting up like a rocket. Doing well with sugars, making sure with everything that I have. I think the yogurt that I have in the morning probably has the most sugar to it, maybe like 5 or 6 grams for the whole cup. But I usually only have one of those a day, and then whatever sugar does come in the milk. But beyond that, that's really it. Everything else is very minimal. So, like I said, each day gets a little bit easier. I did have a good final, feeling human moment today. Well, actually, the past couple of days. But today in particular, that pump that I showed you, that on cue, that ball that releases a little bit of pain med, I finally took that out this morning. It was interesting because, and as it said, as time progresses, that ball that was there, the size of the softball to start, just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And then this morning, it was all but non-existent. So I'm just going to show it right here. I'm not even going to cut to it. I was trying to film it, me trying to pull it out, and I couldn't. I was trying to hold the camera and pull it at the same time, and it was just, it was very weird. I can deal with a lot of different things, but I don't know, for me pulling something, seeing something coming out of my body like that was very uncomfortable. So I stopped it, but then I got it out. But then I've been fine, so I don't have that. I had a strap hanging around my neck the whole time while I had that thing, and it felt so good to finally have that off. It made it so much easier getting around, taking showers, and everything else. So I did weigh in this morning. I am happy that I dropped as much as I did, as quickly as I did. I would never expected it to be that fast. But it is nice that I'm under the 440-pound mark, only because the scale at our house, we bought it at one point because it was going to be a high weight. My neighbors make so much noise. Because we needed a high pound scale, so we got one that went up to 440, and then for a while I couldn't measure myself. But since I obviously dropped enough in the pounds, I was able to use it, and I'm able to use it consistently now, which was nice. But I did weigh myself. I weighed myself the past couple of days. I wasn't sure where that scale compared to the scale at the hospital. But I did weigh myself this morning, and I am down to 429.6 or 428.6. I'll have to double check. It equates to, since my highest weight, to total of 55 pounds down. And that's in little under 4 weeks, which is insane. So I'm going to weigh myself periodically throughout the week just to check. I know my surgery date was on a Tuesday, but I like to weigh myself on the weekends. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to be a Saturday or Sunday, usually Saturday morning weigh-in, and then I'm just going to track my weekly numbers based off of my Saturday morning numbers. So I'll say week 1, week 2, week 3, and this, I'm not even going to count this as a week anything. It's still I'm still into my first week, so I haven't even completed a week post-op. So next week I'll kind of consider my week 1 post-op, essentially. But another reason, like I said, I wasn't very active this weekend was my dad and my brothers came into town, which was awesome. They came in from Northwest Ohio, about an 8-hour drive here. And they came in, they got in about midnight on Friday, and they already had to leave this morning, so they weren't even here for all of 36 hours, if that, but it was so worth it. It was awesome. We had a blast yesterday. We hung out. My brother, my youngest brother, loves skateboarding. There's a skate park nearby, and he had a ball, and I got to hang out with all of them and just chat, and we played games, and we just did everything that we normally would do. So it was a great time to have them around and, not worry about anything else, other than obviously what I needed to with my food and everything else. But it was good that I didn't feel so under the weather that I couldn't enjoy the time with them. So that made it so much worth it. So that really does it. I've had a pretty busy week so far. Can't think of anything. I made a couple of notes. Family in town, 55 down. Water and food. I mean, like I said, it's getting easier and easier. Still sipping, but I can, like the first couple of days when I was home, trying to keep that water down. And get in enough throughout the day was a little bit of a challenge because, as soon as I took a sip of water, it felt like my stomach was instantly full. It's still the same, but I know I can get in a little bit more because I want to try and get in at least 8 to 10 cups a day. So I obviously don't dehydrate, and I don't have any other issues that would send me back to the hospital. And that was a little bit hard those first couple of days, so I was a little worried, but I'm doing fine now. It's no problem at all getting down what I need to get down and not like gulping things down. It's still taking my time. It's still at a nice steady pace. It's interesting. It's really, I don't feel full. It's interesting just being at this point and realizing I have to remind myself to eat now. There's still, and I don't have the cravings that I had the 2 weeks before the surgery. I don't doubt that those will start coming back at some point, but I know I shouldn't really have those, and I can't have those, so I'm not too worried about that right now. I'm looking forward to, in about a week or so when I can have, on my diet through my surgical group, they said I can have, mushies, so I can have some, more like, mashed potatoes and, other, scrambled eggs and stuff like that. So I really look forward to that. That'll be nice to get to that at least, to progress to that. So I will update you guys next weekend. I haven't been able to watch too many videos in the past several days, so I have missed out on a lot. I apologize. I'm going to try and catch up. I will have a little bit of time this week now that everyone's gone. I'll be home pretty much by myself for most of the day, so I'll be able to catch up on a few of the videos, see what I can pull from the over the weekend and end of last week. So in the meantime, I appreciate all the support, all the comments, people checking in on Facebook and messaging me and writing on my wall, just saying how I'm doing. It's really nice. It's a great feeling, and I look forward to talking with you guys more and sharing my experiences. So have a kick-ass week, and I will catch you later. Take it easy.